What's up, everyone? John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo here, and we are continuing my What's On series with Windows Phone 7. I've got the original HTC Titan here, only a few months old, but soon to be outdated when the Titan 2 hits. So let me go and show you what I got here on my device. Let's go ahead and get started. So I am a huge supporter of Windows Phone 7. I love the operating system. It's elegant and it just works really well. Oftentimes, if you've seen my previous installments with Android and iOS, I don't have that many apps. I have apps that are really core and essential to me that I use all the time, and Windows Phone 7 has either the same apps or equivalents for all of those. There's a bit of misconception that there aren't that many apps on Windows Phone 7, and certainly there aren't as many, but the stuff that I've used, I've been able to find. So this is how I set mine up. It works best for me. Phone in the upper left-hand corner. Got my wife right next there, so I call and text her quite a bit. Internet Explorer for web browsing. There is my unified inbox right next to it. Facebook. The Facebook app is really nice, actually, on Windows Phone 7. If you've never used it, definitely worth giving it a shot. Twitter, the official Twitter client. A really elegant, easy-to-use Twitter client. It looks pretty similar to what it looks like on Android or iOS. You can just sort of scroll through and see everything, and all your controls are at the bottom. Continuing my tour, text messaging, WhatsApp. Got my calendar right there, and you can see that I'm scheduled to go on vacation, which I am very excited about. I've got all of my family contacts right here, so I can go ahead and dial up on a call my sister or call my parents, my grandparents. I can go ahead and do all that right there. In the know is Google Analytics, so I can go ahead and access all of my Google Analytics, which helps me better direct and steer the site and steer that for content. All of the settings, which I use quite a bit. I'll go ahead and see all those and jump right in. The marketplace, so obviously where you go and get the apps. And I'll show you what that looks like real quickly if you've never seen it. Very Zune-like, really elegant, easy to use, pretty much like the rest of the operating system. The HTC Titan here, though, does have one thing unique, HTC apps. These were built by HTC for HTC devices. So what they are: locations, HTC Watch, Connected Media, Tango, which is video calling for that front-facing camera, dock mode, photo enhancer, converter, list, compass calculator, love, and connection setup, which essentially will put in all the carrier settings if you're using an unlocked device. So here is my People Hub, so I can see all my contacts and I can see what they're up to. I'm not going to go in there because this was actually my phone, so people's personal information in there as well. There's the Me Hub with all kinds of information about me. If you want to see what all this stuff looks like, you can go back and check out my overview of Windows Phone 7. Pictures. So you can see all of my pictures that I've gotten here. Here's some stuff that I took from the day that we got Lucy. So all kinds of Lucy pictures and Lucy videos. Lucy's my puppy. Let me show you MetroTube here, which is a YouTube application. It's probably one of my favorite apps on Windows Phone 7. I love the YouTube integration, or the YouTube application rather, on iOS. I'm not the biggest fan of it on Android, and I'm not the biggest fan of it on at least the native application on Windows Phone 7. They're mostly just web apps similar to Android. But what this does is it really brings sort of that YouTube experience into the Metro UI. So you can keep track of all your subscribers, or all your subscriptions, and see what they're doing. Browse by categories, jump pretty easily, see your subscriptions, favorites, uploads, videos, and all that stuff in a very sort of elegant fashion. I really like the way this one looks. It's a couple bucks, but for my opinion, totally worth the money. Google Search. Google Search. Bing is the default search engine here, and you can't really change it. So I installed the Google Search app, and I can search with Google instead of having to go to google.com and do all that kind of business. I've got a shortcut to jump right to technobuffalo.com. Xbox Live to go check out all my Xbox Live business. And then a setting directly to go to airplane mode, which is kind of handy. I was traveling a lot when I was using this phone. So let's go ahead and go back to settings, and let me show you the rest of the stuff that I got on here. Adobe Reader, Alarms, Amazon Kindle, obviously for doing my reading. AT&T UVerse Mobile. I'm actually a UVerse subscriber, so it helps me manage my DVR. Bandwidth. I do a lot of speed testing, so that helps me check all the speed tests and see how fast different networks are. Calculator, calendar, camera, all self-explanatory. Connectivity shortcuts is how I got that airplane mode thing there. At the end, it lets you choose different shortcuts for different settings. If you want to jump to Wi-Fi settings or cellular settings or airplane mode, you've got the option to do so. I found it to be pretty handy. Continuing the tour, ESPN Score Center shows scores. Facebook, Fandango for movies. Flashlight activates the flash on the back. Flickster, again, just another way to check movie times. Google Maps Pro, since this uses Bing Maps, this essentially gives me Google Maps. So it works pretty well. It's almost full Google Maps support here. Pull in the cellular data, they use a compass, and it'll pull in your location, and you get full access to Google Maps. You don't get turn-by-turn directions, though, so something to keep in mind. Help and how-to, HTC Hub, which shows you HTC dedicated applications. Looks like SenseUI. Traffic for checking traffic. Oops. That was In the Know, the Google Analytics application. Lists for making lists. Magic Mail is a visual voicemail application. Marketplace messaging, MetroTube, music and video. You know what that is. Netflix for Netflixing. Notes, Microsoft Office, People Hub, Phone, Photo Editor, Pictures, Pocket Recorder. That was something I downloaded if I wanted to record a quick note. We've got Rowie, which was another Twitter client that I was trying. QQ Browser was a secondary browser I tried. Didn't really like it that much. We've got Settings. Touch Develop was some other application that you could play with to sort of develop custom tiles. I never got that into it. There's Twitter. Weather app for checking the weather. WhatsApp. Another shortcut, Tiles Wizard, YouTube, and YP Mobile, which is just your phone book, or Yellow Pages, rather. So this has been a quick overview of all the stuff that I got crammed onto my Windows Phone. Am I missing anything? Something that you love on a Windows Phone? I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. I am John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo. I'm going to bump the camera one more time, bump it, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye-bye.